Good morning, viewers. Welcome back to the video. Tomorrow, the topic I'm going to discuss is how to read the pay slip or the salary slip in Germany. As all of us who are working, they know that Germany has quite a high taxation and quite a high deduction as well, because the contributions to the pension scheme, to the health insurance, and also the income tax is deducted at the source, and it depends on your salary. So the salary slip is in Germany, and there are a lot of positions or a lot of rows in it, and a lot of information is condensed in it. And it is vital to know this information, that what these individual numbers mean, and where there is an optimization chance that we will see at the end as well. So on the left hand side, you see a very typical example of a pay slip. It is called Entgeltabrechnung, Lohnabrechnung, and some other names as well. There is a fine difference between the Lohnabrechnung, Entgeltabrechnung, Gehaltsabrechnung. So, but I will not go in those nuances. For altogether, it is a pay slip. So let's keep it like that. What we generally have is, after the pay slip, the year and the month for which this pay slip has been issued. Then you have the company name, your personal name, also including when you started your job in the company. And on the right hand side, you have a bit more information which is important. The first one is called Steuer class, or the class you are in the income tax system or the income tax slab. Generally, Germany has 1 to 7 income tax slabs or classes. And if you are a single, you will have 1. If you are married, the total of you and your partner's income tax class should give 7. So you can have the distribution between 1 and 6 or 4 and 3. The total should be 8, not the 7. So you can have the distribution between 1 and 7, 4 and 4, 3 and 5. All combinations are possible. The lower the class, the lower the deduction in your pay slip. So generally what happens, if one partner is earning more than the other, the partner who is earning more should take the income tax class 3 and the partner should take 5. So the deduction at source will be less for the more earner and will be a bit more for the one who has a higher income tax class. At the end of the year, when you file the tax return, it equals out. So there is no direct or indirect, or there is no direct loss for you, even if you have some different income tax classes. But the advantage of having these classes change in advance is every month when your salary is paid out, you get more in your hand rather than waiting till the end of the year and filing the tax return and then getting return from the income tax department. So it is important. And what exactly the combination should be naturally depends on individual cases. If you need any help there, I can provide you the advisory services as required. The second part, which is called Steuer factor, which goes somewhat in the same direction of the income tax class or income tax class you are in. So we will keep this topic for the detailed discussion at some later point. Then you see here the type way, which is called Kinderfreibetrag, or the standard tax deduction for children. So depending on how many children you have, you can have this deduction from your tax, or you can have this deduction from your taxable income, which will at the end effect will save you some tax. Every child is counted with a Kinderfreibetrag, or the child standard deduction of 1. So if you have 1 child, it is 1. If you have 2 childs, 2, and so on. But you can distribute the benefit, standard deduction, between you and your partner. So if you have 1 child, you can distribute it 0.5 on your payslip and 0.5 on your partner's payslip. Or if you have 2 children, you can do 1.5 and 0.5 between you and your partner. That again depends. That saves the tax deduction, or that saves the tax that gets deducted every month. So it is again based on individual cases. You have to look into it. And then there is the company-related information, in which group you are in, what is your personal group, and whether it's a mini job, full-time job. So depending on that, this information is added. then you generally see the urlaub section or the holidays or the vacation that you have available for you this year and last year. If there is any carry forward, then you have that as well. Normally, in Germany, I guess the rule is you should have, if you are a full-time employee, you should have a minimum of 21 days of a vacation, and maximum goes up to around about 30 vacation days. In North Germany, the vacations are between 21 and 24 is the standard, whereas in South Germany, 28, 30 vacation days per year is almost a standard. There is one column here which is called Fendum. It is if you have some debt or some kind of topics where some part of your salary needs to get diverted to that, then this is relevant. For most of the cases, or for general people, it is not that relevant, so I will skip that topic for now. If you have taken any loan from the company, then that information is provided here. The Arbeitgeberdarlehen. So Arbeitgeber is an employee. If he has provided you with any loan, how the reduction is. This is also very rare, so I will not go in this discussions as well. So going down here, you will say what has, or here you will see what has happened for this month. The first line is generally what you have, that is a salary entry. So how much salary you have. Then you have, if you had any additional income in that month, bonuses, or if you have done overtime, or if there is anything regarding to like extra surcharge for risk profile workers, or if you are working in night, if you are working in shifts, all additions or all income what you have on top is listed here as well. In addition, you can see here the VWL AG-Anteil, which is the German abbreviation for wirksame Leistung. AG is Arbeitgeberanteil. So this will go into detail as well, but in a nutshell, we all know that the pension scheme in Germany, when we look in 10 or 15 years, it will be more difficult to get the same pension because the number of people who are paying in a pension fund will be less, whereas the old people who are already in a pension, who are receiving it will be more. So the government is actively encouraging people to have the second pillar or to take care of their pension on themselves. And there are a lot of incentive programs. And this Vermögenswirksamkeit is one of the instruments that the government supports together with the employee. So the employer should have some kind of savings or some kind of a funding at a longer time. And it has a income tax advantage. But again, very particular topic. It's better to cover it in other video, or if you need any individual consultation, better to get in contact with a financial consultant. And the important part comes here. What you see here is what has been the reduction in this month and what has been the reduction from your salary for the complete year till now. So, for example, this is the payslip from February. So you will have the January and February added here. If you are in October, you will have January to October added here. And we'll see what exactly the situation looks like. First, you will have the total income that you have, or the total salary that you've got. At the top, that is this Steuer brutto, so which is relevant for the income tax. That part is added, and this should match with your income what you have here. So this part, this income, and this number should match. What we see about this is called Freibetrag. Generally, people have the Freibetrag of 0, or if they have a Kinderfreibetrag, that is also considered here. But this is a leverage what could be used for the tax benefit. This will be a detailed topic again, where we need to have a separate session or the individual consultation. But this is the leverage where you can save the taxes. There are a lot systems and instruments from the government, which government supports the families or the individuals to have their own housing, to buy their own housing, to build their own housing, to build a pension fund, to build some kind of investment or capital fund for the later stages. And all these savings or the investments, they have the tax benefit. So whatever the maximum income tax you are paying, you can reduce that with a substantial amount. We are talking about double-digit €1,000 per year, depending on your salary and your income, which is possible to save. And this Freibetrag plays a very important and a key role there. So this is an important topic. So it definitely needs to be discussed with a financial consultant, how you can optimize this part. This point, what LFE is the loan product, which is the income tax, which depends on how much income you have. Generally, it starts with 15% and go up to 43%. If you are very high income group, it can go up to 45%. When normally it is for the people who are a bit better earners in the range of 70 to 90,000 or 70 to 100,000, it comes around about 30 to 35% of the deducted income of the taxable income. Then you have the Solidarity Zuschlag, which was started after the reunification of West and East Germany. So it was calculated based on the income tax, and I guess it was 10% of the income tax. But recently, in 2023 or 2022, they have changed the limit. So for normal people, there is no Solidarity Zuschlag anymore. Then you have a Kirchensteuer. So if you are a member of a church, some part of your salary or some tax you need to pay for the tax. This depends, or this is some percent of the income tax itself. I think it is 3%. I'm not sure, but it will be around about 3% of the income tax that you pay. But this applies only if you are a member of a church or if your religion is Christianity. For example, I am Hindu, and there is no tax for that. So if you are a non-Christian, you don't have to pay this tax. At least for Hindus, there is no tax. I'm not sure about Islam, so I need to pay that. And then there is this comer tax. There are some group of employees, for example, who is working in information or in some specific professions, like in some of the medical related services. I don't know exactly which those services are, or even the lawyers, and they have a so-called farmer or a chamber for that profession. And sometimes these chambers have some contribution or some deduction from the income. And which is then, if there is any, then this is mentioned here. But for normal people, it could be zero. Then going further, so this is basically the income tax, the taxes that you pay to the government or to the different organizations. Then you have the health insurance. Basically, the SV is Sozialversicherung, so basically the pension scheme, and the Krankenkasse is health insurance. For both of these, as well as for the Sozialversicherung and Krankenkasse, there is an upper limit or upper slab. So up to, let's assume that it is 70,000. It is not 70,000. I need to pick again. But up to 70,000, if your yearly income up to 70,000 is what is calculated or considered for the contributions to the pension scheme and to the health system. And that part, the monthly part of that, is then considered here, because here the income is not that high, which is below 70,000 per year. So the complete number, which is here, is considered. If the income is higher than that, then there is a slab, the maximum of, I think, 5,000 something could be there, which is considered for the pension and the health insurance calculation. Generally, what happens is the KV is Krankenversicherung, and the Krankenversicherung, you can see, is 14.60% altogether is a contribution. From that, 7.30% is paid by the employee, and 7.30% was paid by the employer. In addition to that, nowadays there is the additional contribution to the health insurance, and this is completely covered by the employee. So the person who is working by the employee, he has to cover it completely, and that, if you calculate it on your salary, or in this example, on this example salary, it comes to this amount. We have contribution to the pension scheme, which is 18.60%, and this is equally distributed between the employee and employer. Everybody takes 9.3% of the salary. Then you have AV, which is for Arbeitslosenversicherung, or the unemployment insurance. and that is 2.6%, which is bared by, I think it is completely bared by the employer who is the employee who is working for the company. And then there is Pflegeversicherung. So the health insurance is for the health, and Pflegeversicherung is just in case there is need of nursing at some stage because of the illness or because of later state. Then this is called calculated as a pay forward Pflegeversicherung, nursing insurance, and which is again distributed between the employee and employer, whereas the employee bears the additional 0.50%, which is the additional cost of it. And then with all these deductions, what remains is then transferred to your bank account, and generally your bank account is given here as well. So just wanted to let you know, just wanted to give you the understanding of how you can read your pay slips and what these numbers really matter. I think with these numbers, the 90% of the cases are covered, or the most of the cases are covered. For the high income people, so anything above 65,000, because you need to know that the average salary in Germany is around about 4,800 euros so without tax deduction. And even if you take and the average salary, it calculates all the salaries. So it also includes the salaries of CEOs and CIOs and CXOs and all the higher management as well. So that shifts the total average bit to the right. But there is a second number which is more representative, which is called median salary. So what happens is if you row all the salaries in Germany from 0 to 100 on scale, and if you choose who is earning also, what is the 51st or 50th person is earning exactly in the middle, then it is around about 3,800 euro brutto per month. So before the tax reduction. So that gives you the idea that how good and how you are doing on earnings. And if your salary is about 60,000, 65,000, then there is a tremendous potential to use to save some money, also to get the tax benefits, especially with these two instruments, the Freibetrag, that is the investments that you do in a pension or in a housing, those can be deducted. And with careful thinking, you can also save some money with health insurance. I have another video explaining the difference between the public health insurance and private health insurance. So if you're interested, you can go there and have a look there. And apart from that, I have started the consultancy services for helping the people who are earning well. So if you need any help, if you need any advice, please feel free to ping me, contact me, and we can take it from there. This is not my main work, so this I do more or less as a side gig on weekends or late evenings. So my main job still remains in IT sector, and I'm pretty happy about it. No aim to change it, but this is just to help the community on various topics, because earning money is one thing, managing the money and growing the money is another thing. I needed a lot of time to learn this, and now that I have some sense or have some knowledge, I would definitely like to share with the community. So thanks for watching the video, and I hope it helped you a bit. If it helped you, how every YouTuber says, please subscribe, like, share, and also on your notifications. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a good time. Bye-bye.